we're going to talk about something that truly connects people across border, which is communication. Because in global business, success isn't only about having a good product or services, but it's also about how well we understand each other's. So, you might speak the same language with others, but if you don't understand their culture or communication style, things can get tricky, right? And today, to explore that topic deeper, I'm so happy to welcome our guest, Miss Meldy. She is an international business consultant who has worked with teams across Asia and Europe. Hi, Miss Meldy. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Hi Myla, thank you for inviting me. I'm really happy to be here and share my story about experience working in international business.
It's great to have you. So, before we dive into your experiences, maybe we can start with something simple, just to let the stage for our listeners. So, in your POV, why is communication become such an important part of international business?
That's really good question, Myla. For me, communication is the foundation of every relationship in business. You can have any product or idea, but if you cannot communicate with your partner or client, everything can fall apart. And in international business, communication is not only about language. It's about understanding people who come from different background and way of thinking.
That's so true. Sometimes what sounds polite in one country, it might sound too direct or even too rude for another country, right?
Correct. For example, in some Western country, being very direct means honestly. But in Asia culture, people often choose softer word to keep the harmony. So if we don't understand the difference, we can easily misread the message.
Right. And sometimes people don't even realize that it's because of the cultural things. They just think someone's too cold or even too slow, right?
Yes, that's why awareness is so important in global business communication.
Okay, speaking of that, have you ever experienced about the cross-cultural communication that become a challenges?
Oh yes, many times. One experience I remember, I worked with a company from Europe and supplier from Indonesia. The European team like fast discussion and short, direct email. But the Indonesian teams like to longer discussion and talking time to reach agreement. At first, both sides get frustrated. The European thought the Indonesia were slow, while the Indonesia feel the Europe were too pushy. But really, it was just a different communication style.
That sounds tough to manage. So, how did you help them to find a balance?
Okay, so I try to act as a bridge between them. I explain to each side how the other work. That Indonesia value teamwork and harmony, while European value speed. After a while, they start to adjust to each other, and once they understood, the collaboration went really well.
That's such a great example. It really shows that small cultural differences can have a big impact if we don't handle them carefully. So, for our listeners and especially students who dreams of working internationally, do you have a simple tips to communicate better across culture?
Yeah, there are three simple things I always tell people. So first, be clear and simple. It means use easy word and a short sentence. Second, be culturally aware. It means learning a little bit about your partner culture, like how formal they are, how they greet, and how they give feedback. The last, listen actively. Don't just wait to speak. Pay attention to how others express themselves. Sometimes tone and silence can say a lot.
I really like that, especially the listening part, because in my opinion, we often focus too much on speaking English well rather than understanding each other's.
Yeah, listening show respect, and that help build respect. Once people feel respected, they will communicate more openly.
That's such a great message. Clear communication, cultural awareness, and empathy. Those are the keys to connecting beyond words, right?
Yeah, definitely. Communication is not just about what we say. It's about how we make people feel, and when we communicate with respect and openness, we build strong relationship.
That's a great statement, Miss Melody. Thank you so much for joining and sharing insight with us today.
Thank you, Myla. It's been wonderful to talk with you.
Okay, and thank you everyone for listening to our talk. If you enjoyed this episode, please don't forget to like, comment, and share your thoughts on YouTube. Until next time, keep learning, keep connecting, and remember, great business start beyond words.